I would say I'm much like a Phil Thompson, but Phil Thompson doesn't have the same assets I have. He doesn't have a Cuban link chain. He doesn't have tattoos like I do. He doesn't have music. He's not famous. He doesn't own the same firearm I own. Nobody in Canada will. They're one of a kind. I'm like fucking Hitler. I'm like Adolf Hitler. They always said he was going to be like Adolf Hitler. They said he was going to have the real firearm like an Adolf Hitler. He was going to sit at his desk, and he does, and all that. And I have my license for it from the RCMP. And if you need to go do your research, hop on Google. And you don't own Google either. The ones that set the laws own Google. And that's the law, and that's clear. And they were thinking about going back on it, but then as they analyzed, they seen, okay, what was going on. And I see what they do now. They're in analytics. And yeah, even I, as a statistic. They calculate me on a statistic level. I see that now. But I'm fairly confident that with my calculations that I won't end up a bad statistic anytime soon. And I don't think I'll ever become a bad statistic. Everybody eventually succumbs to the life and they pass away. That's a fact. Doesn't matter who you are. Even Sergey Brin will have statistics put about his death. But Staximilly's not dead. He's doing more than well, thanks to people like a Sergey Brin, where you can access information, including the law, via the internet. But one thing I didn't know about the law is, if you're ignorant to the law where you don't know, you're a law-abiding citizen, you're following the law. Did you know that you could also be hurt or you could get in trouble if that you don't know certain laws, like say the law of self-defense? That no matter if you hear it from any mouth, I've had the most intimidating people push it on me. But when I go on Google, it says I can. Because guess what? It's actually what it says on Google when it goes to the courts and gets around. They'll try and try, but it won't work out for them. Because that is the law that's set in stone. Now you have public opinion, that's one thing. And sometimes, but the law will always supersede or ride over the public opinions. Just because, hey, if it comes down to the law. I'm not racist. No, I'm not. Actually, no. But also, I'm not homosexual. I already said, race is a one thing. They say I'm racist against black people, but I'm a percentage black. And one of my choices for a wife will maybe be black. Or they could be white. I'm still in the middle. But here's the thing. It won't be anytime soon. A lot of men have just gotten into their positions and all that. And I just got into my position. And you're only going to be everybody's only alive for a certain time. So it's time to wake up. Like, even if you're at the top position now, in 25 years you may not be. That's my new position to go to. So as I get ready to take your position, because you couldn't hold on to it, or because you're getting old, in reality, there's so many houses and properties and real estate now. There's enough real estate for a guy like me to find a good position. Trust me, I got a good position here. Just because I'm saying that I'm moving up to what they were calling a Phil Thompson level, but it's not. It's even higher than a Phil Thompson. Phil Thompson very rarely gets concrete jobs anymore. People already have concrete. His job is over. Now is the time where they start putting the concrete feet on people and throwing them in the river. Because concrete ain't making money now for a long time. Until they destruct all those old buildings and they need brick and mortar again. So that's way off. That's why Phil's on ODSP's got what he made before. Whereas my computer stuff is harvesting money every day on top of my disability. And as that goes on, you guys, as that goes on, Phil and them get older. And they lose their capability. They had a capability. These ones were big into the YouTube. It's not everywhere it's usually the poorest ones that pretend they're big into the YouTube and all that. So these ones in Teeswater, they wanted to pretend that they're big into the YouTube to try to Christina Grimmie me. They are some weird O's, buddy. And all it is a video. I just click record, man, and then it's that, and that's all it is, and they throw it up. But when it comes to money, as I've seen, well, I know how high up I am. That's what the other men don't know. And same with my mom doesn't even know how high up I am. Because when I try to explain it to her, it just gets to the point of it's a waste of energy. So I'll let her find out. Okay? Because she did the same thing to Sergeant Matt Earls over in Cape Coral, as well as Justin Batdorf, who's U.S. Army. She did the same thing to Tom. Matthew Earls will vouch, my dad used to assault me. What's the facts? The facts are we grew up and some of our parents, they lack respect. And I love my mom and I don't want to see her get hurt, but she does. She lacks respect. She's lacked respect for me my entire life. She didn't really, that's how women are. That's how all women are. That's how they act. It's a man, and they're even worse than a man. They think it's all about them. And it is to a certain extent. But it isn't. Not in my house. That's over at the corner, the strip club, or that's not in my house. That's somewhere else. And I just can't wait until my mom's old, if she ever makes it to be old. Same with my dad. I can't wait, because people are trying to hit them for everything they have. They've tried to ruin my life, my whole fucking life. You got Nikki eating at my dad, and then you got people here that my mom lets people eat at her. She doesn't get it. It's a man's world. It's like the mafia. It's kill or be killed. She doesn't eat much meat. Okay? And meat eaters are a big thing right now. And they have been for the past 15 years. I'm a big American meat-eating man. I got a gun and I shoot people. Fucking eat tons of meat and shit. That's the culture. And she doesn't get it. And she travels down to the countries where they have this culture. And she puts her life in danger. This meat-eating culture, obsessive meat-eating and shit. I would show you this. Hold on, let me see. Yes, the obsessive meat-eaters, if you can see it. My mom eats a little bit of ribs. She don't eat too much. But you know what ones I'm talking about. Everybody's got to have a little meat at some time. Even I want some meat. I got money coming in on Monday or Tuesday. Maybe I'll grab a burger or something.